Hi everybody, I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Chris. Welcome back to the Sandcastle build here in Grounded. Today is the second episode and I want to show you off what I've been working on for the last 2 weeks roughly. It's been a lot of bricklaying, but also a lot of fun. Like the build is going really well and it's already pretty huge. Now we're far away from finalizing everything, but we're pretty much close to completing the front side of the castle. And without further ado, I just want to jump in and write. The scale is just huge. So this is the front gate. Let me go back a little bit to see you more. And I'm kind of working right now on the sign of the princess, which is going to be a massive challenge. But just to give you a quick tour around, basically the side walls, we have the 4 windows. The windows were super hard to do, and I'm not really happy with them, to be honest. I was hoping to put like triangle shapes on the bottom, but it wouldn't let me place them. I tried charcoal as well, but it was a little bit too dark, a little bit too plain. And then the corners here. So we got around there. And then if we go further, here it ends. So we need to finish off both sides all the way to the end. And if we go inside, for now it's all hollowed out. So we still have tons of flooring to do and architecturing the inside rooms and everything like that. But yeah, these walls took a damn long time. Good time to put in a great podcast, put on some music, and just do some good old bricklaying. And so here's the entrance. And in Super Mario 64 fashion, a little red carpet. The door, I'm still want to figure out. I could put another gate on top of here, and that's kind of the entrance. And the entrance, I want to be the exact same thing as Super Mario 64. And that might be the only way I'm going to copy inside the build. But basically go straight in and then have the big staircase up front and then have a couple doors left, couple doors right, like the real game. But that's like for another thing, because for me, kind of the most important maybe is the outside. I just want to have it look as close to the real deal as possible. And then here on the left side, actually, this is the first wall I did. And I made the windows a bit bigger. I'm not really happy, so I will try to rebuild them. The other ones are one field more narrow, which I kind of like. And then actually, I took a lot of tries to get the stars. Like the castle has this star line all across the bottom and the top. And I feel like Ash, these cement blocks do the best, but the scale is massive. So we already stretched one entire side of the whole build. Let me go and take the zip line to get a little bit better view. Let's go up here. Like this thing is absolutely massive. Kind of exactly what I planned it to be. The proportions might not be like absolutely 100% true. But the issue with Grounded is you only have 45-degree angle steps. So it's really hard to make like the right angles or like mid angles or mid corners. The other thing is like we only have one angle shape. So we can't make it any more higher or more spiked, at least not in the perfect shape. But I think it's pretty close there. It's kind of there. So the next challenge I'll be working on is definitely the picture of the face, and I have a little idea for that, which I'll explain in an upcoming video because it's kind of crazy and it's kind of stupid, but it might actually work to some degree. I'm not really sure. And then what's gonna be maybe the biggest challenge of the entire build is just the roofing, because the original castle, it has a very steep kind of roof here close to the entrance to the tower. And it has very flat roofing, and then it has another like domes up here. And as you know, with the clay, we have only one angle slope piece and one foundation. And it's the only 2 clay pieces we can use to make the entire roof, which is not a lot to work with. I did some experimenting here and I figured out, I mean, I think the easiest way to do it is probably layer the bases bit by bit, so you kind of can increase and decrease the steepness of it. Unfortunately, there's no corner pieces to round off the corners. There's no top pieces or something like that we can use. What we really would need would be like the Feather Peak dome roof, or, you know, the same, I think Clover had the same. Yeah, this is not as pointy. So this actually sets really nice, but it's black. And I really want it to be red so it matches the color theme of the castle. It might not look as good, you know, but I'm hoping with the scale of being like that far away, that even if it doesn't layer up perfectly, it will still look okay from the distance. And there's no way of doing it until we actually start laying down some clay and see how it works, how it actually looks like in real life. That's gonna be a pretty big challenge. Another massive challenge kind of had been getting, I didn't expect that, but getting the cement pieces from the charcoal. I didn't know, but that's pretty crazy. You get about 50 or so bricks if you harvest the charcoal from the barbecue site. And they take about 5 in-game days to respawn. And like this row kind of, I have to wait 5 days for the materials to respawn. And since I have to do it on the bottom and on the top, and I want to put it around the Princess Peach picture here as well, it takes me quite a while. What is kind of nice, I have the zip line that goes right over the charcoal barbecue grill area. So I can kind of zip over it and then see if it's respawned or not. And if it's not respawned, I'll just turn around without wasting too much time. Quick tip from me on harvesting charcoal chunks. I like to fully equip the antlion armor and also put in the Sizzle Protect mutation, but also the Rock Breaker. This way, if you have your level 2 or level 3 hammer, you just hit one combo, you hit both pieces. There's always 2 pieces in there. And then by the time you run out, you'll take no damage at all. Some of these pieces only have 1 piece, others have 2. Another little fun fact here, like there's this little hot water puddle inside the barbecue area. If you sit in it for a bit, you will heal. Not much, but better than nothing. Hey buddy, are you stuck? All right. Well, if you know me, I like an easy kill, so if you just want to stay there and play catch, sure, I got the time. Let me just fill up my stamina real quick. All right. Now, where's the other one? Wow, you're really buggy today. Or can they just not enter the charcoal area because of the sizzle damage? Well, don't mind me then. Hey, you like that? Woohoo! And there we go. Can you come in the heat? Oh, you can come in here. Okay. Okay. You don't take damage from the sizzle? Very interesting. No. Be a nice Spidey and just die. Can I get some stamina, please? Thank you. Well, that was fun. Apparently, they don't take sizzle damage. I also had to upgrade my station a little bit. I added, I think, 1 more grinder, so now I have 5 grinders, and I have a bunch of ovens set up here, which is really nice, where I can quickly load the stuff in and then just move over without really having to move around. And I'm actually at a point where I don't need too many bricks right now. I still have 1,800 in store, which is quite a lot. It's not going to be enough to one of the other walls, but at least it's enough for me later to get started. What I'm really worried about now is the roof and also that picture. And then, nope, the other way, please. Up to the top here. Still need a bunch of cement everywhere. Basically, this is where the peach picture is going to be. Now, of course, we cannot do anything custom, so I have an idea for this. Wait for an upcoming short, maybe, or a very short video to describe my idea about it. And then from here, we can start on laying the red clay roof up here. Try to make up this dome, which I'm really excited about. Like this tower, once this tower is there, I feel like it really will start to come together. For now, it still looks kind of too bland, for my opinion. We only have so much customizability with Grounded, the amount of angles you can lay down. And you see, I actually tried to make a custom angle with this wall. It's not perfectly 45 degrees. It's a little bit flatter. But what happened is, since the sand floor is completely uneven, now the edges don't really line up, which to me is like the biggest pain. Like, I really want to avoid this as much as possible. I can show you on the side towers. I spent a lot of time trying to experiment, because the original towers, they have a little crease in between those two windows here. Try to make a separate foundation sort of, and it's just a slight offset angle, which then kind of loops in the background so you don't see it from the forward, which then we can loop. So we need two separate foundations, because it's like a 15-degree angle, then it's like a 30 or something, and then it's another 15. So it all has to be custom made, but I never got the real exact same height, and therefore like the windows won't align, and the roof won't align, and nothing will align. So that's why I had to leave out the crease, unfortunately, in the middle, which I'm not really happy about it, but I guess that's just the limitations of the game. You know, it's something we could come back in the later, maybe add another layer or something like that, figure it out. I also still have to come back and make these windows a little bit smaller. Overall, I'm pretty happy how it turned out. Also, I'm thinking about the clay roof, because we have rooms underneath and I don't want to see like through the clay roof. I'll probably add a complete layer of wooden stem flooring up here on the top, which would also take an insane amount of time. But so far it's been fun. And then for everybody curious, this is the backside, how the backside looks. It's just one straight up wall. We're clipping throughout some items here, but they're not really a massive issue. It's still pretty ugly from the back, so once we start adding some floors and some inner walls and things like that, I have some ugly stairs here, but they're just like for me to get around the build to keep on building quickly. If you're wondering about the ant lions, they have been actually kind of chill. Like, anytime I go down, it's absolute madness. There's sometimes stacking 2, 3 on top of each other. I feel like the more I'm around here, the more aggressive they get. But with this height, they won't get to me. They won't notice that I'm here. So we're pretty safe. So I think once it's built, we won't really have any issues. Also, they're not really breaking any of the walls, which I'm really, really happy. Like, even if we go down here, let's see if they, I'm sure they're gonna come pretty soon. See, it's pretty cool. But usually once one is coming, yeah, see, they're often kind of spawning inside the walls for some reason. But the walls don't really get too many damage. Also, there's so many walls right now. See, they're kind of just popping out, and they're definitely damaging it. But I had so far maybe rebuilt 3 pieces of wall, and that's it. So if I'm actually not around here, I don't really have to worry about them. And then the only big issue is like here, this guy is sitting down here. Oh, he doesn't even notice that I'm here. Nice. Because there's too much action going here, I didn't build inside here because I felt like it's probably going to break. I might do it in the end. But yeah, they're pretty chill here. Also, big shout out to you, Dwayne, for telling me that they're not called Antillions, they're called antlions. For some reason, I just read it the first time as Antillion and thought that's a thing, and therefore called them Antillions, but of course they're called antlions. The one thing I was kind of curious and kind of afraid about is what if there's like base attack events from antlions? Because so far I only know them from ants and from orb weavers. Never any antlions, but of course because I never had a base in antlion in the sandbox. So I'm really curious if they would ever start that. So far I have killed a bunch of them while working on this, and it hasn't started. So I hope it's not part of the game. I don't think the Obsidian has added that yet. I hope, to be honest, I hope they won't add it in the future. So yeah, so the antlions are chill. What also kind of was interesting is all of a sudden I had, not today, but I had way more bees spawning around this area. And I put in a couple of clips from while I was building it here. The bees were like kind of stuck in these walls a lot. They were trying to get through these windows. They were kind of all over the place. Not even once trying to attack me, and I didn't attack them because I didn't want to start messing with the bees, especially being so close to the picnic table. And yeah, they were just like more around me than normal. They were kind of flying around everywhere. Today it's kind of quiet. They haven't really been an issue yet, and they have never tried to attack any of the walls, so that's cool. That's all good. What I'm really not very happy about is the windows, the design, to be honest. That's still kind of stuck with me because they don't look anything like the real ones. I try to have like angled pieces, triangle pieces on the bottom to kind of round them off or something like that. But there's just a limited amount of building material we can use, and I really wanted to get this front wall up as quick as possible and not worry too much about the details, because I can always go back and fix it. Of course, it's pretty annoying to go back in there, but especially with mushroom walls, you can build like quick platforms and stuff, so we can rebuild this later on. A lot of you have commented like, why don't you do it in creative mode? And I don't know, to be honest, like I kind of like the challenge of really having the harvesting the real resources, kind of managing that. It kind of makes it more interesting and more down to real life, and I really like that challenge. It's been a real hard part, especially for the ash, because I need just to wait. But still, I prefer the regular. I've never tried creative mode, to be honest. I'm still pretty new to the game, but I just like how it is. Like, I don't feel like creative mode is needed for massive builds if they're made of mushrooms, probably, because the mushroom farming has been pretty easy so far. By the way, if you're curious about how I could build so many mushroom bricks in such a short time, I still have 1,800 left in the storage, and I started this build about 1.5 weeks ago, so it's going really fast. I probably spent close to 10,000 bricks already just on the front, and I need another 10 for the left side, for the right side, and the back side. If you're interested in my process of how to farm the mushrooms, I put a little video at the end of this video. Also, I want to say I want to really keep this build open for improvements and new ideas. So if you have any ideas how to make a better looking window that's close to the original thing, or if you have an idea or a technique how to layer the red bricks to get a nice spiky dome shape or something like that, anything that would really help, please leave a comment down below or contact me directly. I would greatly appreciate it. I really hope this, although I'm the only one building it right now, it could be a community project where people give hints and tips and ideas, and especially later, I think for the inside rooms, we have a lot of room, no pun intended, we have a lot of room to play with on what kind of rooms we build inside, what kind of style. It doesn't really have to be very castle-y inside. It doesn't have to be Super Mario 64 inside, except the front room. The front entrance room has to be as close to the original as possible, which is going to be another challenge for another week, probably far in the future, because it's going to take a while to get all this done. If you have any ideas, any thoughts, any comments, any dislikes, if you see like, hey, I hate the look of that, or that doesn't make any sense, let me know in the comments down below. I really appreciate every single one of you raising the voice and telling me what they think of this project, because I spend a lot of time on this and I want to make it as cool as possible, and I hope it's gonna stay there forever and gonna be a sick thing. But apart from that, I also have future ideas on build some other cool stuff near the pond areas, so there's definitely more to come. Another quick update on the sizzling. I kind of mentioned that before in the shorts, but it really works well with the shade of the roofing. Like, the sizzle damage completely disappears, not just on top of the building, but also under the building, which means that really later on, so you see the sizzle, it's burning right now. I have no protection on. I have the mutation on, so it's not killing me instantly, but it is sizzling, and once I step in the shadow of the building itself, it completely disappears. Okay, don't mess with me, please. So that means by the end of this build, we can walk around freely down here, harvest as much salt as we need, as much spicy shards. There's a lot of stuff down here which we can mint, and maybe we can start a little kind of little war zone area, something cool. Like, the terrain is so fun with in the sand area. I think we can build something really cool down here. I'm also very curious, like, is it going to be completely dark inside? How much light will there be in once everything is trapped in and closed off? I guess it should be, in theory, pretty dark. The mushroom walls, of course, they let a little bit light through, so I don't think it's gonna be black, and we can always add lights and stuff like that. But it's gonna be really cool and fun to see how this turns out once everything is boxed in and completed. A couple of fun facts and things I found out during this crazy build is, like, you can kill off food and then build over it, and then it will just respawn inside of it, and you can always harvest it. Another one, I found this guy here. I forgot his name, but I'll list what I found inside. There was a badge with it. Found them here, dug up in the floor, which I had no idea was here. It was all of a sudden, it was shady, and I found a dig and I thought it's salt, and he came out. Hey, nice. And what else? Oh, not all at once, guys. Come on, just chill out. I don't want to kill you today. I also made a little water dispenser design based on See-Throughs. If you don't know him, he's a great YouTuber, has amazing content about Grounded. He's got this massive, super huge tower for water dew collector, and I built like a miniature version kind of. It works really, really well. And all you need is just a little box here, a little clover roof, and the water drops, they just drop down here. And then you can go straight on here and just sip it here or fill up your canteen. The only thing, sometimes they just don't drop, so it's kind of nice to just kind of hit them a little bit, give them a little punch, and it kind of bops in there and fills up really, really nice. I really like this one. But I also have one down here for like after sleep, just giving a quick drink so I don't have to refill this one all the time. Ziplines can travel through floors. I didn't know that's a thing, but it's kind of cool. But if you do it in the wrong way, you kind of get stuck in the floor like I'm here. And then you have a really hard time getting out. So it's a little bit dangerous. Let me take this floor apart here. Just get out quickly. And what you kind of want to do to get on is just jump across it. And when you want to get on the floor, because you will hit it, you can just jump off really easily. So I gotta fix that one back up. I am thinking of maybe extending this out a little bit, but I want to keep the shape, and it's just too big, and I didn't want to go over it because that would elevate the whole castle just too much, and I really wanted to keep this flat base here sort of flush with the edge of the sandbox itself. With that said, I really want to thank all of you watching this video and all my videos, and for all your support. It really, really helps me grow. I only started this channel about 2-3 weeks ago for serious. I've been uploading videos in the past, but never really took it that serious at all. But now I really am. I really enjoy playing these games. I really love the game Grounded. You're thirsty? I don't have any water, Max. And I just want to say thank you very much. About 2 weeks ago, I had about 15 followers. With the start of this series, actually, we're close to 100 now. So I hope by this series is complete, we might have a couple of hundred, and building up the family. And I really want to thank each and every one of you for the comments and for the support, for the subscriptions, for the likes. I really, really appreciate it. So that's it for this episode. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya!